My name is Charles Nandwa. My wife here is Elmina Nekabolo Nandwa. We got married 1981 at Nairobi Baptist Church. Of course, we did a traditional wedding, a traditional marriage. Then we did a wedding in Nairobi Baptist Church in 1984. We have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 sons. It is a challenge, but it's also exciting if you get it right or get the passion. For example, my mother is 90 years. My father is 107 years. That makes a total of 197 years for both of them. All through, they have been very strong people, but today they can't support themselves. So it has been upon us now to make sure that the rest of the life now depends on us, because they can't cook for themselves, they can't look for food, they cannot even determine what they want to eat. It is determined by any support that we give to them. To an extent that now we have gotten to a level where we have employed a house help. So usually, in most cases, several years before, they will be complaining about not having food on time, or small things here, because they didn't have somebody directly responsible for them. Now things have also changed again. Immediately we employed a house help. Now eating is a problem. It's a problem. So somebody has to sit there. They are the ones now who say what they want to eat. And sometimes they even say, I want to eat fish today. When the fish comes, I don't want it. I want a banana. That makes it extremely difficult looking after those 2 people, especially the mzee, who is 107 years. My mother is still strong, loving, and at least she can walk, she can move up and down, she can clean the compound. So generally, she still has a long way to go. Of course, life is determined by God, but you can still see under normal circumstances that she will be there for a little longer. But of course, she's 90. But the mzee, who is now 107, even today, he can't even wake up from the bed. So it's a problem. I am 67 years. I was born in 1954 when my father was working I think he worked for prisons. And for quite some time, I used to see my father come when we were young. You see him come from Nairobi or wherever with the bread, and life was, that time was very interesting, because they were strong. They were able to feed us. They were able to discipline us. They were able to do all that is supposed to be done by a parent or parents. And we grew up like that. But eventually, I think he lost his job. So by the time we were big and ready to go to school, he didn't have jobs. But they always woke us up in the morning, early in the morning, to go to primary school. Our problem was maybe when we were supposed to join Form 1, and the money was not there. That is where the problems started. But in terms of just like any other parent around, they did their part. They were able to do what they could do. They were able to go to the shamba, look for food for us, and we grew up fairly under the circumstance. We thought we lived well, except now that time Even me, when I did my standard 7, 1974, 73, and I was supposed to join Kakamega High, there was no school fees. And I think the total school fees for 4 years was about 1880 for a whole 4 years. But he could not even sell a cow because nobody would buy a cow, and a cow then was maybe 300 bob, one cow. So I came to Nairobi here. Um, I came to live with my uncle, and I went to Form 1 at Kennedy High School for Form 1 and Form 2. Then I did my KJSE, and I passed well, and that was supposed to be the end of it. Until in 1976, when I started attending Nairobi Baptist Church, I met friends who then helped me to finish Form 3 and Form 4. That is 1977. So basically, that time when they were still able, life was okay, and of course they looked after themselves and ourselves. But today, things all of a sudden just changed, and instead of them now looking after us, now it is our turn to look after them. And I think with that, then everybody of us realizes that there's a time when people will look after you, and there's a time now when you have to look after them, because when you are still young, like me, I still count myself able to look after my children. But when looking at tomorrow, another 2 or 3 years from now, even them, they have started learning that our strength, our ability to look after ourselves is going down, and as it continues to go down, we have also tried to show them that a time is coming when we will not be able to look after ourselves. So, so the best thing that we can teach them is to tell them that we have done our part, we have looked after you, and now it is time. It is time for them to know that we are now going downstairs, and once we get down there, it will be up to them to either make sure that we retire well or we retire badly. But then sometimes we realize that it's not necessary that your children should look after you in the old age. Okay, there is a level at which you can also avoid not them doing everything 100%. There is that bit that eventually they will have to come in because you have no strength. You cannot cook for yourselves, even if the food is there. You cannot wash your clothes. You cannot move until they are able to come and help you do what you can now not do at that time. Generally speaking, even the Bible says that that respect your parents. Does it say so? And the moment you apply that theory, then it means at whatever circumstance, you just have to respect your parents, because then it says, then your days will be added. So that means that you see, because I respect my parents, I will make them live longer, and those blessings will come back to me, and I'll be able to live longer because of those blessings that come from respecting them. So what I want to understand, and I want people to at least know is that the life we are living today is a life that will be different tomorrow, and we need to prepare ourselves to face the future with a lot of certainty, because everybody is going to be there. Even those who are 1 year will always be 100 years if they get there. We should be able to come up with something that can take care, even from ourselves. From even from not saying that the government, when you are 70, they'll give you 2,000 bob. We need to prepare ourselves to look after our old age, so that they also are, because they are also a creation of God, so that they can live as long as God blesses them with life. But we don't just say, these are old people. I know in some areas people say, see what was waende watuachie. But that life is given by God, and I'm sure there's something we can do to make sure that they live and finish their life very happily.